Howdy, this is Lemmy with Dorman Products, here to talk to you today about our OE Fix oil filter adapter for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. If you've got a 3.2 or 3.6 Pentastar engine from Chrysler, odds are excellent you've either experienced an oil leak or you're familiar with the problem I'm about to talk about. The factory oil filter housing on these engines sits in the intake valley of the motor. Repairing them usually starts with tracking down that leak. You can usually see oil collecting down by the filter housing. On some vehicles, oil will pool in the valley and leak to the back of the engine and kind of make it look like maybe even the rear main seal is starting to let go. So why is this problem so prevalent? Well, to start with, factory pieces are made of polymer. They warp at the base and leak. Some also seep oil at the ultrasonically welded plugs. Often, even your run-of-the-mill oil change and filter replacement puts enough torque on the housings that they crack. So we created a solution for the Pentastar leak. We originally developed a housing kit for later model vehicles, but when technicians and owners began asking for a solution for the earlier generation, we knew we had to step in. Pentastar engines older than the 14 model year use a different design, and we now have a repair solution for those as well. For 2014 and later model years, you can use our original kit if you only need to replace the housing and gaskets, or you can use this new kit if you need to also replace the cooler or the filter cap. If you're repairing a pre-14 vehicle, however, this full kit with the cooler and filter cap included is the only one that can be used. Now there are a few things in the box, but let's start with the housing. This casting is super nice. Our on-car durability testing has shown the aluminum holds up much better than the factory plastic housing does in the presence of engine heat and oil. Note we have standard steel plugs installed here as well, no welded plastic. I think my favorite part of these is that they're made in the USA right here in Pennsylvania. We included the late style oil cooler as well as a new oil filter cap and a late style oil filter. The oil filter cap is bright orange to alert you or your mechanic in the future that your vehicle has been retrofitted, and includes a handy tag that explains the modification and has a number of popular oil filter part numbers for easy cross-referencing. New housing mounting hardware is included along with instructions with torque specs. Also, we include the manifold gaskets you'll need upon removing this piece, as well as the fresh mounting gaskets for the adapter itself. If you've installed our upgraded housing for late model Pentastars, this process is only different by a few steps. If you're not familiar with this R&R, let me walk you through the installation. These fit a lot of vehicles, but the installation is pretty similar across platforms. In most cars and trucks, you'll pull the engine's beauty cover. You may need to remove the air snorkel and get the throttle body out of the way. Then, pull the upper intake manifold. You'll take off the coil wiring harnesses, and after that, the lower intake manifold gets removed. Finally, the old filter housing can be taken out after disconnecting the final coolant hose. Then, swap the coolant and oil sensors over. Get the new seals and O-rings in place, and reinstallation is simply the reverse of how you took it apart. Instructions with torque specs are included too, so it really should be a straightforward operation. Using this kit, you can fix those CDJR vehicles correctly the first time and save your customer money by ending the cycle of repeated housing replacements. We hope you like this new solution, and remember, if you need anything at all, the Dorman technical support team is always handy to help. Thanks for checking out our video on this oil filter housing kit. I'm Lem, and I'm out of here.